everybody, and welcome back to another weekly fair reading. Wow, I haven't done this reading for so long. I've been very pumped up the whole day to do this reading. I was very busy doing other things because they just inconveniently tried to make their way into my planning today. So I'm just going to go ahead with the reading. It all started with a song that I heard this morning, so I'm just gonna read the lyrics. I'm not in the mood to sing right now. I surpassed that because I've just been sitting on this energy the whole day. It's called the Haters Anthem, and it's Infinity Song. And I woke up. This is so fucked up, guys. I'm sorry for my language, but this is so... It was really weird because I woke up and the lyrics goes, I love the way it feels to be a hater. Something so sweet about thinking that I'm better. Just to wake up every morning, lay in bed, and somehow never ever rise to the occasion or even hold up under pressure. But we all know that it doesn't even matter. If I waste away and no one thinks I'm clever, just as long as I have my ego and it tells me I'm superior. Wow. So I'm gonna put the song in the what do you call it? The caption. Fairy Oracle deck, Karma Angels. We always listen to the angels at the end of the reading to get a general advice on the energy that we read. I'm really surprised as to what we're gonna read because it felt like somebody's getting the boot and it's not us. So I'm just very intrigued by it. It was very clear, like when I woke up, that song, it was like playing in my head so vividly. It was like it was so weird because I knew it was just me, myself, my body, this body that I'm talking to through right now, but it felt like I woke up in the body of the hater, like of my hater. So it was like so weird because it was such a collective feeling as well. Like some people, they really wake up and think that they're superior. Okay, we're just gonna go and dive into this. Hereby invoke the fairies, the archangels, the angels, elemental spirits, and the good folk into this reading. May you guide me with the truth and light. May you bring to us wisdom and help us enlighten about what's to come this week. All right. Thank you. It's gonna be a very peaceful week for us. We are gonna feel very peaceful on the inside. We're gonna experience inner peace and calmness. So please tell us Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Energy for the upcoming week. I don't know. Oh, okay, wait. I don't know if you guys can see me shuffle. Of course I want you to see me shuffle because I don't want y'all to have speculations. Just pulling cards myself. That's not fair. And I understand the suspicion, of course. So I just try to move around that. Okay, so every time this happens, they want me to pause and read for that day. This is to do with Tuesday. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, yes, you can. Okay, it's actually very clear even. I didn't even see it from up top. I have a new table. Let's just say that. I moved, I have a new table. It has been very hectic and good, but okay. Maybe I need more light, actually. Oh, I have a song in my head now the whole time. It feels so good to be a hater. Doing all those anything. Wow. It's a really good song, actually. Like, the writers definitely wrote it sarcastically for the people that hated on them. That's how I feel about it. It doesn't have to be the origin or the intention behind the song in reality, but that's how I feel. Monday, we're going to learn something about the difference between work and play. You can feel out of balance. You can feel like the energy that's coming towards you, or tomorrow's energy, emotional energy, is going to be very swiftly, and it's going to kind of overwhelm you in a way that you might feel like you're spiritually overwhelmed or out of balance. It's like you're losing your balance because you didn't accept like the strength of the wind behind that emotional charge. So something could be very overwhelming. It's very interesting because I have an appointment tomorrow. So me personally, I'm already like trying to visualize like it's coming up. If you have an appointment tomorrow with your business, if you're gonna have a meeting with a friend, the conversation that's gonna be in the air, the energy that you feel around air, words, communication, hearing people's conversations on the street or around you, or things happening around you directly or indirectly in your surroundings, they're going to be very swift, very fast. The action can be very also like cutthroat. So something can be very honest and strict, very clear. It can overwhelm you and you feel like something stripped you naked. But more so because that energy is so overwhelming that it just kind of, it goes over you like a wave, like it washes you like a ripple or a tide. Yeah, with 6, so it's really going to affect your balance. So this is to do with karma. It can be a backfire, I'm hearing, for some. For others, this can also just be, sometimes we need charges like this because we're replenishing ourselves, or we're either getting our energy back. So when you get this back, it's kind of like you're, how do I say that? It's kind of like you're, ooh, something's trying to distract me, so we'll get to that in a second. Okay, that's very interesting, because the moment I spoke out that something is going or trying to distract me, I lost my train of thought. So it means that some words that you will say will actively manifest like forgetfulness. Actively saying those words out loud, manifesting them, because every word you speak is a vibration. So every word you speak into the universe, you call that into your life, that energy back to you. So manifesting that there is a distraction trying to affect you in a moment, or something that is trying to distract you, you're actually giving it the power, you're making it work. Okay, so this is really like high level manifestation techniques and wisdom right here, because it's really laying emphasis and it's forcing you extremely to watch what you're saying. And if you want to watch what you're saying, you need to constantly be aware and watch what you're thinking, and also watch what you're doing, because speaking sometimes also happens subconsciously, like when you misspoke, or when you accidentally say something what you actually don't want to say. Like sometimes we can be vocal, right? And that's the action behind it. It's the activity of making the sound of talking, and sometimes that can happen subconsciously. And so when you focus on this technique about manifestation and manifestation of the words, how powerful your words actually are, and it's asking of you to dive deeper into not only this technique, but also the understanding behind the power of it. You really have to step up, okay? Because now it's reminding me of the song. It's like, not how good is it to wake up every morning and not rise to the occasion. So it's really asking of you to step up and do the work to become so aware of what you think and what you're doing in the moment, that you won't let your subconscious self control your present self, right? And experiences like this wave, this can also be, because it's giving Ace of Swords energy right now, this can also just be an epiphany. It can be in a moment of enlightenment, something that you're going to learn, a lesson. And whatever it is, it's kind of there to reset the balance, to bring back that harmony and balance. And on Tuesday, you could be very vocal again. You could have something that you would want to share with other people, or people might be sharing things about you or have been noticing you, because, oh, that's so funny. My angels and my fairies are so funny and smart and cute. Look at what they tried to show me. This baby is falling in the bush. These are roots of a tree, right? But when you zoom in and look at fairies and elves and dwarves, this is at the root of this little tree. So the small people, people below you, people who don't rise to the occasion, people who don't focus on manifesting, focus on becoming self-aware and self-conscious, they will notice these changes in you, and they will make remarks about you behind your back. So you could feel this energy. And the reason why this card fell out with number 3, and this is number 11, so they will talk about your new beginning, things that are fresh for you. And also 1 + 1 is 2, and 2 is the number of harmony and balance. So every time you change and evolve, people talk about your growth. They pay attention to your growth the same way that you pay attention to yourself, okay? So this is kind of an interesting game that you might be playing. It's a kind of like literal psychological and spiritual warfare, but psychological is the stronger word, because you're having a subconscious battle with people who are expressing what they're subconsciously experiencing, do subconscious interaction with you, and they're expressing that actively in the conscious, right? And because you can choose to give into that interaction and then fall back into that loop, right, of ignorance, or you choose to cut it off. And sometimes when you cut it off, you are the one that fall. Like, oh yeah, something is coming up about it. Oh, that was scary as fuck. Oh, the lights turned off. That was so scary. And it was also really random. But what I wanted to say is something about a winner and a loser. Like, it was very weird because I don't really know or hear. Jesus is my Lord and Savior. Let me turn this off because I do not want any messages right now. Sometimes the vibration really like ticks me off because it's so loud and out of nowhere, and I'm just in my zone, like my focus, and then it's like distraction. But there was this weird saying that I couldn't really pinpoint, and it was something about even if you're a loser, you're a winner from a different perspective. So you might be the loser of a certain battle, but you won at something else, right? So you actually never lose. And I kind of forgot what this was about, but that's what this energy is giving. Like, you might think that when you evolve and grow, you go through karma, through bad things, that you get punished and all of that. And okay, from a certain standpoint, yes, that's true. It's partially true, right? It's actually like 20%, 30% true, because the overall percentage, the bigger part of it, is that you're actually getting on top, because the backlash that you experience from whatever this attack or karmic injustices that you feel like is happening to you is actually helping you release energy or learn something new. It's helping you adapt or keep attached to something healthy, but you won't see that benefit except for later on when you already initiated this new technique or this new skill or new mindset, right? So, and then we have the 3 over here, and I really liked it actually because this is number 6, this is number 2, and this is 3. Okay, so 6 divided by 2 is 3. So like we said, this is all part of the divine plan. The Most High is guiding us, and it's helping you come into balance again and in union with your mind, body, and soul. You're stepping into that alignment again, where you are in a healthy, simultaneous dynamic with your mind, your body, and your soul, all by becoming aware of all 3 different aspects, right? What are you feeling in your body? What are you feeling your spirit is telling you? And also, what are you realizing your mind is perceiving, right? Because it's not what is your mind like saying or thinking, it's perceiving. The mind perceives, and then later they respond to that by formulating things or making things up, like truths, lies, illusions, scenarios, whatever it is, fantasies. But the mind in itself, it perceives. It's a part of our conscious. Or is our conscious a part of our mind? That's a beautiful philosophical discussion that I'm not sure if we already have an answer to, but many times we dare to go to think that we are the mind is the part of the conscious. I personally am a little bit trickier in that. I don't really believe that it's like that. I think consciousness is a part of our mind. Our mind is the channel for our consciousness. That's what I personally believe. So on the bottom, yeah, so they're guiding us, and the way that they're doing this is they're guiding us through the control of others. So people are trying to control us, tell us the way, be very bossy, explain us about ourselves, but it's not working. And the reason why it's not working is because the Most High is using other people's false perception of you to help you get back on track. So they're keeping them in an illusion and helping you move forward. Wednesday. Thank you. Exactly. Saying goodbye. Saying goodbye to, oh, I heard the word mischief, but mischievous, like surroundings, people's energies, but it's more so saying goodbye to this unfinished cycle and finalization of maturity. You also growing spiritually, evolving mentally, evolving like emotionally, psychically, right? Like developing your gifts, finally ending a healing cycle. It's finally happening. It's very interesting, yes, because we have been repeating this every once in a while, and I feel like the reason that this took so long to really release and finalize the cycle is because you kept falling into karmic traps every time you tried to like win or do something positive. You eventually still kind of like failed, but not in a bad way. But it was, for an example, like you were the whole. Every time you tried to pass the test, you missed like 2 points, and it's gradually starting to get better. So first was like you missed 6 points. Okay, now you missed 5 points. Now you missed 4 points. Now 3. Now 2. Now 1. Now you don't miss any points at all. So it's kind of been building down, but we have been reading this since last summer that a cycle has been finally ending. I even feel like it started in April or March that I started reading about finally ending this whole cycle. Wow. Okay. So I'm kind of baffled by that, because why did it took us so freaking long? Like we have to take accountability for ourselves as well, because boy, girl, y'all, why did it take us so long to heal from something? Why did it take us so long to repeat mistakes? I actually kind of want to tap into that I won't say very fast. So because we try to rush, I don't even have to tap into that. Because like my, how do you call it? This thing. Yeah, well, my phone is on. No, I don't know in English anymore. Anyway, but it fell down because we tried to rush and we tried to figure something out instead of just letting the situation play out like organically. So we've been trying to be ahead of ourselves. Okay, so that means that positive thing, we're very eager to heal and to learn. Negative thing, we are rushing ourselves and we're not trusting in the divine, okay, and trusting in a natural calm pace. I'm feeling the rush in my heart, in my body. I notice in my how do you say that? My how do I say that? In my body language, thank you. I'm noticing in my body language that I'm like tilted forward. I'm really like trying to be a part of this conversation. So you've been trying to figure something out on your own, thinking it will benefit you, and especially if you do it at a certain pace, but it's not. Okay, so trying to be ahead of it is also trying to be ahead of the divine's plan, and that works against your natural healing cycle. We're finally saying goodbye to unfinished business, things that wouldn't be ending. You have matured, right? We see from the baby to a grown-up man. So your masculine energy has ripened. So you have been more trusting, confident. You've been more stoic. You've been more like a man of your deeds instead of words, right? But you've also been a man of your word, keeping promises, things like that. Connected to your masculine energy. I really advise you all, if you want to learn more about those things, to personally do your own research. Why am I not sharing things collectively on my platform about that fully in detail? Is because everybody has to learn something different, right? We can have the same destination, but our path towards it is completely different. So I could have one client or somebody in a collective that has to have a different source of information on a topic than another. And that's why I really want people to I want to help people pursue an individual developing journey, right? So for me, for example, one-on-one sessions are better than group sessions, okay? Even though collective readings, it's a little bit ironic because I'm doing a collective reading, but even though collective readings are what I do when it's about active help and really like getting to the root, it's better to do that one-on-one because you can focus more on digging into that person's energy together with you and on their own energy, I mean, than constantly having to tap into multiple energies at the same time, you know? So you're finally saying goodbye. It feels like you see these elves. Wow, yes, the gifts are coming back. Thank you, man. Wow, Most High. I love it. Yeah, because this is like, this is where I belong. Like, what? Y'all, these people could have really made you feel like you don't belong here. Like, they could have really taken gifts from you. Like, you have really lost things, like your sense of feeling. Like, you could have felt a lack of empathy. Like, you couldn't love as much as you always had, or you weren't as passionate anymore as much as you were. And those were all because of these people were so obsessed with your energy. They were doing magic on you, and magic can also be gossiping to the extreme. So that means calling on the phone, talking about your life in details, making videos about you, stalking you, laughing, impersonating you for fun, making jokes in a friend group, going out with the intention to annoy you, you know, like that's a lot of investment. Okay, your personal investment in somebody else's life. And that means that they are pulling on your energy extremely much, and they've been pulling things away, and they've been trying to change things in your destiny of life, your Akashic records. They've been trying to change your fortune. They've been trying to change your mindset, everything that makes you you. They've been trying to completely thank you. Like they've been trying to make you like a Frankenstein, like cut you to pieces and then turn a whole new person into a part of you that they liked and that they didn't like. This could be a lover, fake friends, a job. This could be anybody. If you feel in your body right now that it resonates, this reading is for you. That's the only thing I can tell you. Like, I ain't gonna lie about it. But look, it really looks like these people have finally turned to stone. So all the root work went back on them. Coffins are not working. Freezer jars are back. How do you say that? Yeah, jar spells and freeze jars spells are backfiring. What? I never heard of this. Black nut, black wood. Somebody did something with wood. Oh yeah, I gotcha. Spirit said, I found your trail. Black chestnut oil, something like that. There is this witch. Oh, yeah. Okay, like, she is creative. Yeah, I'm feeling it right now. I'm feeling her energy, y'all. She is creative, but she is not that... Okay, yes. There's something in her intellect that's missing on purpose. Like, the Most High took it away. So she cannot really make rational, like, logical explanations or connections. Ooh, Most High said verbatim. She doesn't know how to make proper connections in her mind that logically make sense to a certain equation or, for example, a formula. So when she tries to do a spell, she tries to mix things, but her, like, what is that? Like, it's derived off of a place that isn't aware of, like, that isn't really that conscious or something. How do I say that? Like, it stemmed from a place of just, like, emptiness. Like, they just took, like, something out of her brain. It's really weird. Like, this is somebody who could have a little bit of a dumb stare. Like, when they listen to you, pardon me, when they listen to you, they just have this like blank stare, like a void. And the reason why is because they used what the Most High took from them to do bad things. And now everything is going back. It's returning on their asses. Yeah. And everything that was unfinished, like they did also spell work so you wouldn't finish your life, your plans, your hobbies, your designs, your projects. They wanted to make you lazy, lay in bed all day, don't rise to the occasion. They wanted you to become a hater just like them. Yes, because Spirit is saying, because energy is contagious, they wanted you to be affected by their energy so much that you become one of them. This is somebody who tried to bring you down to their level. Yes. Oh, good folk and fairies, I freaking love you so much. May all your wishes come true, and may all finer things in life find you. Because look how they're smaller, right? Below in the roots of the tree. Look how small they are. Look how big you are as a baby. They try to bring you all the way down until you're as small as an ant. But you're not as small as an ant. You're big as you're what? You're as big as a tree, bro. And I wanted to make you as small as an ant. How did they fit me in that space? That's the only thing I can think of, Archangel Michael. How did I get there? Like, how did they... I don't want to say stuck me up, but how did they put me in that teeny tiny box? Okay, and now they're giving Alice in Wonderland reference. So it's like because of things that you eat or drink, they how do I say that? Enchanted it, right? With intentions, with words, with spell work, blah, blah, blah. We talk about manifestation. Manifestation is magic, okay? But people ain't ready to talk about that. Nobody is ready to talk about anything, honestly. People want to talk about themselves and whatever they want to talk about. Nothing else. This is good reading. So what's going to happen on Thursday? Jupiter Day. Oh my God, that song. So then you're going to get, yeah, exactly. So it's going to take you 4 days to transmute this energy. So no, 3 days, but you're going to feel it completely leaving on the 4th. Or no, wait, something, yes, as well. And then something is going to tempt you. They're going to tempt you again on Thursday. What in the helly? Because they see that you moved on. They see that you're gracing, that you're flying again, that you're going... I'm hearing they're going above and beyond their means. Wait a minute, y'all. Sorry, guys. I had to let my cat in. Wow. So I was really in a rushed energy before. So you could have been like wanting to rush your healing or wanting to finish a project because you think or feel like it should have been done already. And okay, that might have been true, but there is a reason for this experience as well. Yeah, let me just like center my energy a little bit. Okay. On Tuesday, well, I mean Thursday, so this might have this can be very relatable to each other, and also 9-9. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. 8, 9, 9 could be significant. Or 89, 98 as well, because it can be mirrored, the proper number. On Thursday, you might feel seduced to go back to an old pattern, a lifestyle, a belief system. You might feel like you want to give into the laziness again, or whatever you believed that was projected onto you by these people or this person or this group. this job, whoever you can confirm for yourself has been a burden to your growth and your life and your spiritual development. And you will be seduced to fall back in old patterns, and they will try to also seduce you to fall back into old patterns again. This can also be, for an example, you being tempted to eat a lot of bad things again because you go to the supermarket and they have a new product laying that looks very delicious, or a new flavor. You know, people always experience that with cookies and with chips. And it's very funny that I'm mentioning that because today I had that. They put a new wrapper and a new wrap kind of, and a whole new design. They modeled and redesigned also the packaging of a certain type of cookies in the store. And I was like, oh my god, yes, so nice. Maybe I should buy these cookies. They look very good. And then I touched it, I picked it up, and I looked at it, and I was like, whoa, wait. This is actually not that different. And plus, why do I feel tempted just because something is new? Because I've been trying to cut off, first of all, everything that's not vegan, because I'm trying to eat more plant-based again, like become more strict. I've been like full-on vegetarian now for 6 years, thanks to my ex. Shout out to my ex. And I've been vegan for like maybe 4 or 3, because I also had a lot of cheating. So then it's like selective veganism or something, I think. But I want to go back to being a diehard hardcore vegan again. So I sometimes try to regulate my diet and become more strict, or put in stronger rules. You know, and I try to do that slowly by cutting off products. And this week's product was snacks, sugars, cookies. A lot of products, they have milk in it, or like egg yolks, or chicken egg powder, like something, a lot of weird ingredients, honestly. And the more ingredients, also the worse the product, by the way, it is for your health. So I was looking in the store, and it reminded me of that, because it's kind of the same thing. Like, every time you try to regulate yourself, you get into this healthy new pattern for a few days, literally 1, 2, 3, for a few days. And it's, by the way, it's also very funny, because after 3 days, you have already have a consistent enough pattern for your brain to be rewired. So it's very funny that, and ironic that on the 4th day, you'll be tempted to fall back again. So that's also a very organic kind of like test to see if you're going to be tempted and give into old ways of being, old ways of thinking, of feeling, of perceiving. And I was talking about cookies and the whole food thing because it resonates with that. But it's not only food, it can be quitting a bad habit like smoking cigarettes, or going to bed very late, or not reading a book in the morning, you know, as a part of your waking up routine, not doing your skincare. It's because I'm picking up on a lot of different things. So everybody who's watching me, everybody's very different, and I actually really like it. And because of that, sometimes I pick up on a lot of different situations that might regulate, because the core of the problem is the same, but the way those problems are being presented is always different. So on Thursday, let's just go back to the reading, you will be tempted again to fall back into that same old, right? And the reason why that's happening to you is because you have risen to the occasion. And that occasion is development, a new pattern, a new way of being, a new ideology, a new belief system, okay? And now there's 2. So it's 22 instead of, what was it? 2. And also 6. But there was something else. There was a different card. No, it was this card. So now there's, so 11 on 11. You overcame this struggle, this blockage if it was intentional or not. It highly feels intentional. Like people did this on purpose to you because they just couldn't sit with themselves. Let me just keep it like that, because I don't want to give them too much energy and attention. These energies, they helped you rise above the occasion by, wow, Spirit wants to say jump ship, but that's not what I wanted to say. They've helped you rise to your occasion and overcome a situation by being the bigger person, right? Seeing the benefit of, like we talked about, this energy charging at you, this wind, this epiphany, this emotional charge that's going to help you see something from a different perspective, right? Yeah, there's a weird saying coming through. Now you did it twice as fast, and we have the mind, body, soul, the alignment. So this is the mind, this is the body, and then we're going to go to the soul. So you have risen mentally over this on Tuesday. So your sexual energy, your Mars planet, is going to kind of fight. You're going to be very passionate. That's why I said in the beginning, very eager. You're passionate to heal. You want to do things fast, okay? Because there's a little bit of a spontaneity, but also rush and desire behind it. So you're trying to, not per se force yourself, but you're trying to get over something very fast. And your mind is going to make it work. And then as a result, your body is going to ascend as well. That's why we have 22. And because people will see that, so that means you will look better. You will look skinnier, your skin will glow, your hair looks more healthy, your nails are getting longer again, you look well taken care of, you smell great, you have no burdens on your shoulders, you move like elegantly when you walk. It's things like that to just describe the message I'm getting about how your essence is going to be read through your body language and how it connects with the alignment of mind, body, and soul, right? And because people will see that, on Thursday, motherfuckers are gonna try to tempt you again, yeah? So it's like, they're gonna try to make you wallow away again. You see it's again on the bottom of the tree. They want to bring you to the roots. So they want to bring you to hell, okay? And that's because there is this interesting... I'm gonna look it up. What? Oh. Okay, there's this saying, like branches to heaven and roots in hell. And that's actually very funny because that was a saying that I was preaching 2 years ago so strongly because it's so true. And this person keeps wanting, this person or this group or this mentality or this enemy, this demon. Everybody has different battles, y'all. So it really depends for you what it is. It can just be anxiety. It can be an inner child trauma that you had as a kid that's still haunting you to this day. It can be a bad nightmare that you had when you were a teenager or a young adolescent, or it can be something traumatic that you witnessed that is still following you. So it's very different for everybody. So I really need you to keep that in mind when interpreting this message. It's not the examples that I'm naming that are general. It has to resonate differently for everyone. So, branches in heaven, roots in hell. These people, this group, this person, whoever has been wanting to see you down and out and completely changed. Yeah? They want you to be rooted in hell because they benefit off of that in whatever way. They can exploit you, extort your energy. They get money off of it, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. In the beginning, you might think it does, but it doesn't matter what they want. What matters is, are you going to give into that or not? Are you going to fight for it? Are you gonna fight against dropping down to hell? Because you need to make sure that you're all right. Because people count on you, right? And your energy and your health and your happiness. You're here for a reason on earth. You're put on this reason on earth. You incarnated for a reason. You reincarnated for a reason. You have to stay yourself, because you being yourself is helping others be themselves as well. And that's creating more peace, more happiness around you, more joy, more understanding, more compassion. It's making people more patient. It's making people wise. It's making people like hungry for life again. You give people willpower, right? So you have to really understand that your positive qualities, you have them because there's a reason for you sharing it with the world. And when you have an enemy like this, well, actually it's not really an enemy of ours. This person or this energy makes themselves as an enemy of us, but we have no enemies, right? Yeah, Fela Kuti is coming through with water got no enemy, because psychic power, high priestess energy, everything connected to spirituality is the element of water. So if you are a water sign, if you have highly water in your chart, if you're simply a human being and you're actively working on unlocking that sensible power that you actually have, because it's through your senses, right? Sensible through your senses. If you awaken to that, you will activate that spirituality automatically. Anyway, and then water got no enemy. It's like, water is almost everywhere. Water is in the air. Water is in us humans. You know, like, water is found in a lot of places, actually. And also, like, for example, glass. Because Spirit is, like, trying to give me examples on how people don't see the alignment, the connection. Like, everything is connected with each other. Glass, mirrors, it's made of sand, right? Sand comes what? From the sea, from the ocean. It's little shells. Those are also all, like, fed by water, by organisms that live in water, right? Everybody or everything that's connected with water, water is a living organism. So we don't got the enemy. The enemy thinks that we are the enemy. The enemy makes themselves our enemy, but we got no enemy because we are almost everywhere. We can't have enemies because it would not do anybody good. So because we understand that cycle of life, water understands that cycle of regeneration, okay? Rebirth, living, dying, rebirthing again, living, dying, rebirthing again. So it's the wisdom behind the elements that is helping you sustain better judgment and becoming a better person. And it's your duty in a way to keep it up, right? So you get like met head on by situations like these to also test you. Like, are you going to give into that hater energy? Are you going to drop down to hell? Are you going to lower yourself again, right? And they see you glow. They see you have that double peace and harmony right now, because it's 2-2, that's 4. They also see you have ancestral protection, generational wealth, right? Pardon me. Somebody really doesn't like that. They get like upset in their stomach because of it. And also upset in their personality, their character. They can't, pardon me, they can't accept it. Or there's something, they get bloated or they get gassy. So it's also that it feels incorrect to them. And that's why they judge you, like they misjudge you for it. Because they experience as something not being correct or true, you know? And they project that energy onto us. Yeah. Somebody in the spirit world was like, go check it out, ask tarot. And I'm like, no, because that's exactly what they want. That's in those ways they feed off of my energy. I do not have to explain the karmic to the collective. That's something that the karmic needs to do when they're ready for it, when they're not karmic anymore. Like justifying their behavior or reasons by explaining them through finding out what it is. Yeah, no, that's a waste of time, y'all. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, please. And I'm hungry. So these people could have been feeding off of your energy. They could have been literally hungry. You see how it felt like on Sunday? So but Spirit is like, this is how my spirits give me signs. They're gonna try on Sunday again to do this whole freaking routine. So this is somebody who is really trying to control your life, control your narrative. This is an energy or a demon, a masculine energy. It's somebody who has control issues, who wants to overpower you. Yeah, by stealing things from you. Yo, that's crazy. And it's on the side of, this is like on the branches on top. These are your ancestors, right? Branches to heaven, roots in hell. And you fall on the ground. So they think, okay, so it's also, they're going to try it with somebody else. So they think that everybody who just starts to learn, oh, Spirit, is this an initiation then for everybody who starts to become spiritual? Because it's like every newborn baby that falls out of the nest, right? So that means people who struggle with becoming independent, people who struggle with living on their own, people who couldn't fly the, yeah, I'm hearing fly the coop, but fly the nest, people who can't be without their parents are very codependent of family members, or they rely on ancestors or people around them, right? He's gonna try, or they're gonna try it on that person on Sunday. Or it's also like this person is thinking and projecting onto you that you are, and that's why he is, well, I was so confused. And them projecting it onto you, pardon me, them projecting it onto you is making you feel like it's true. So that might also be some thoughts that you battle with, thinking that some narrative or thought or belief that you had is real, but it's actually not. It's a projection from them. And what I wanted to say about it is that they might project that onto you, but it's also that you're going to figure out the truth about how they perceive people who are weak-minded, who have no backbone. Like they go for, like the word weak came up, so they go specifically for people who think that they can stand up for themselves, that need help from others, but also reassurance, validation, like people who are desperate for attention, desperate for direction. And this person is projecting that onto you. It's actually kind of weird, because you're very sure of yourself. So it's weird that this person is like making up in their mind, like, oh, this person needs my help, or they're lost. Like, what the F? What the fra? I'm like, what the fra? Yeah, and they're trying to do this because they want to steal something from you. Like now this is your robes, right? So it's dressing you. So your qualities, things that make you, your jewelry even, but also your essence, your aura, but also a certain, how do I say that? Like state of mind that makes your aura more beautiful, or a certain emotional way of expressing your vulnerability. I knew I wasn't crazy. That's the thing. You know what happened? Why I said I was so confused? Like, I heard my cat walking on the floor. Like, I heard his paws, like, tap, right? But I didn't see him anywhere. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, I don't know if you just heard it. You can go back. You hear, like, and he jumped on my bed. So I'm like, you see, I'm not crazy. So something is going to be confirmed for you on Sunday, upcoming Sunday. Something is going to happen. You're going to get like a, ooh, Spirit is saying a notion. Ooh, you're going to get like confirmation that people are watching you. And you're going to get confirmation that people are like looking at you, keeping an eye on you, but also trying to control you, your narrative, what you think and believe. And also that they try to steal something from you. And again, you see the roots in the cave. They really be trying to push you somewhere. It really try to bring you down into a place where you will have to hide, because you won't have anything to dress yourself with, because they also steal the clothes that you have laying around of this nymph right here on the card. And they want to take everything, so you can't dress yourself up, so you will hide yourself, you will isolate. And this is 6 again, right? So they send you also winds of charge, like they send you charged winds of change. That's what I keep hearing, like a charged wind of change. Charged wind of change. So they use elemental spirits and elements against you. They use weather against you. So this can also, yeah, because I'm hearing MK Ultra, this can be people who yeah, who like do weather experiments, you know, like governmental secret missions, you know, people who work and try to see, because there's this weird thing. I'm gonna share that clip after I upload this reading. It's about this woman, somebody Faraway, Irene, or Irene or something, Faraway, and she has been explaining how AI is actually getting so far developed that we also have chips that can read your emotional state from your face, and they can also inflict pain on your nerve system. So with the development of something like that, that has been published actually years ago, so we have been secretly behind the scenes have been developing, or they have been developing this product for already so long that they know how to use it already against the crowd. They have been trying it out on us, okay, mass population. So it really depends on you what part you're in, because for an example, my storyline is that people in a group of a collective, different groups in my city and town and outside on social media, they didn't like it when I came out of the closet as a spiritualist, because they couldn't believe what I knew about myself was true, and then they tried to defame me, slander my character. They tried to come in between me and love connections, but also friendship connections between my family and me, and my connection with the divine, due to spell work, brainwashing, intimidation, stalking, following, all of that. Ridiculing me, making fun of me on TikTok, on social media. Bitches think I don't see shit. Bitch, I see everything. I even see what your grandfather did to your grandmother before your fucking parents were born. And that's just one example of the ish I see. I can look through a wall and measure your freaking length. And people might not believe that, but I am a fucking computer. Like, my intuition, like, it's crazy. I scan through ish, bro. I have y'all storage cut off. Made the video cut off. So I have to continue. So let me just say, I see all of that. Anyway, I see everything just like you're going to see everything, collective. Let's just keep it at that. And they've been really trying to affect you. This energy that they're going to try and send you tomorrow on Monday. So they do moon magic or something. Or whatever they do. It can be work first day of the week. It can be school. But this is not like a channel for children. But if you're a young adolescent or young adult and you still go to college. You're working on an... how do you say that? You're studying something, you're doing an online course, you could have people in your class, or not an online course, just following a course. You could have people in your class just giving you nasty energy. Like, they are really trying to set you up for a bad intention and energy for the rest of the week. And everything is going to become clear to you. And they've been trying to take away that what makes you you, that what feeds who you are, you know, because they want you to hide. They want you to not be yourself, because when you're yourself, you change the world and everybody around you. And not only that, when you are yourself, exactly, you're a natural leader. People follow you. People follow you. So this is somebody who doesn't want people to follow you. They want people to be afraid of approaching you. They want people to look at you like you're distorted and lost. So this is somebody, Saturday, by the way, sorry, fairies, and Sunday. This is somebody who, that's what I wanted to say. Ooh. They're going to try and control your money. They're going to do beauty magic. They're going to affect your beauty. They're going to try and make you feel weird about how you look, how you dress up for a party on Friday, how you do your makeup, how you do your hair. They're going to try and affect how you, like, think about how you walk, how you present yourself to the world based off your clothing style and just what you like. Yeah, because you have a very unique style. Like, you really express who you are through your clothes, through your makeup, through your jewelry, through your handbags, through your car, through your bike. Like, they're like your backpack, your shoes, your socks, your rings, your hairstyle, everything. Piercings. You express yourself just the way you want to express yourself. You're very creative. You're very happy with yourself, you're content with yourself, you like yourself, okay? And that's really good. I like that because I like myself too, and we support that over here because you need to like yourself, at least love yourself, right? We can't handle not loving ourselves in this world. It's too cruel out here, guys. So they're gonna try and make you feel like you're lesser than. Oh, I'm so nasty energy. I'm hearing like lesser than evil. And they're gonna try and do that by just stealing positive things about yourself, things like on the vibration of love, things that you love about yourself. They're gonna try and steal that so you won't have anything to believe about yourself. You won't believe or think that you love yourself or that something is working out. It's like you will just shy away from yourself then. Thank you. Saturday. Oh, no. So they said that... Guys, this was so horrible. But it really confirms what I'm picking up in the reading. But these people, they want to disturb your plans. So you lose time, you lose momentum, you lose your... how do you say that? You lose your focus, you lose your attention. What the fuck? I just now see that, like, my computer, you know, when it's a black screen, like there's dust sometimes on your screen, and the shape of a bear is like drawn into it or something. It's really weird. But anyway, I did like I tried to finish the reading, and then I didn't have a power plug-in, like my phone was empty, then I didn't have storage, then I bought storage but it wasn't connected, then I clicked on filming and it didn't record, and I was already finishing the reading. So these energies, these powers, they want you to lose momentum, they want you to lose your focus, they want you to lose the essence of your purpose, right? I'm going fucking crazy. That's what they want, so it's a good example. But these are people who are taunting you on purpose. So they block you. They want you to keep repeating the past, things that happened in the past that were bad to you. So you keep calling on that energy into your life, okay, in your present moment. So they really don't want you to ascend and level up. So they really don't want you to ascend and level up. They don't want you to reach that soul alignment of mind, body, and soul. That's why the 33 on Saturday came reversed. So they're gonna try and distort your energy on Saturday as well. And they don't want you to have fun. They don't want you to be going out and feel free or feel loved by your friends or people that are out there or strangers. They don't want people to have you looking like you're cute, like you're a catch. I'm hearing catch 22. They don't want you to look like you're skilled, like you're wanted, like you're loved. They are really trying to limit people's perception of you, right? By blocking you in whatever way they can. These are like real born haters. These are people who genuinely hate themselves. They don't love themselves like you genuinely love yourself. They genuinely hate themselves. They really don't. Like I can't say it more easily than they genuinely hate themselves, and they don't want you to love yourself. Because if you love yourself, that means that everything that they believed about themselves to make themselves feel better about themselves isn't true, okay? So these people use your unhappiness as a reference to their happiness. If you're unhappy, that means that they're happy. If you're not content, that means that they're content. If you're struggling, it means that they're winning. These people are mentally also very, I don't want to say deranged or ill, because they're not ill. They do this on purpose. They're actually very smart. They just have a bitter heart. They hate themselves. If they could change their skin, because that's also something that came up, because now this is I need to double check again. Okay, yeah, I am filming now. Finally. This is like the fifth or fourth time that I tried to finish the reading and record it, because there were so much distractions that are trying to block everything that I just read in the reading from coming out. They didn't want me to expose everything, and they want me to forget what I read as well, so I won't speak up on it, but I will. That's why I'm going back and retracing, because I already had cards laying out for the Saturday and Sunday, and I already had the challenge, and I was about to do the karma angels. So I'm just gonna go past everything. They don't want me to fall into repetition. They want me to keep my wisdom away from you guys, right? And keep my gifts and my talents away, because if I help you become aware of your truth, of your surroundings, you will help heal the world. You will become, how do you say that, enlightened about your desires and your dreams. You will awaken a sort of power within you that's so big. And these people are ants. We already read it. We're big as a tree and they're ants, right? So you have a very big purpose, and your purpose exists out of you being yourself, speaking your mind, making those jokes that you make, making people laugh, helping people. You are a kind soul. And whoever these energies are, whoever this hater is, or this group of haters, they're even far worse than haters. These are literal, like, because I tapped into it as well, Spirit said body snatchers. These are demons and energies who snatched bodies before they incarnated. So they're into a body of somebody else, and that body cannot emit their soul's essence and power, so they cannot ever live up to their soul's potential in that body. And they see others like us collective being in the right body, doing it because we have waited for our karma. This is our ordained vessel. And them seeing us win and emit that power and potential, and us seeing them lose and struggle with their potential, is creating for them and causing them to become very angry and upset, because they try to inhibit your vessel as well. They try to be a part of your mind. It's like a parasitic energy, right? It's like this parasite that connects or comes into your brain, and then it regulates your brain for you, and then you become this zombie. This is an energy that's like that. It wants total control and domination over you. Okay, for whatever reason, it doesn't care. What cares is that we know who, in what ways our enemy is working, so we can protect ourselves and retaliate when necessary. And Spirit was speaking about body snatchers, so they couldn't enter our vessel, and now they can't become the person that they need to be, or the spiritual energy that they need to be. Like, they can't reach their potential. What's triggering them even more, pardon me, and it's also giving them karma, because it is karma, pardon me, that they're in the wrong vessel. Pardon me, it's like a soul is stuck in the wrong body, but it was because they didn't want to wait till the real time that they would reincarnate, so they just forced themselves in somebody else's body, fucked up a whole bloodline, became karmic, bring all this evil and hatred into the world, see a divine being, an earth angel like us collective, and then think, I want to be in that body because that body can handle this spiritual power. And because it's not working, because these people don't understand, they're from the dark, right? They're from evil. They're made from chaos, not order. These energies, these entities, beings, people, ghosts, deities, souls, minds, whatever the F, they can't get into your body because your body won't allow them to enter you. And they want to use you as a channel for their energy. Because if they use you as a channel for their energy, they can control you, right? And because these are also people who are readers, who have gifts. These are people who are spiritually inclined because they understand how energy works, how magic works, how chakras work. They understand it all. That's how they try to use it against you to regulate you, right? And they do that so you won't reach that potential, that mind, body, soul hierarchy alignment, right? So they try to keep that 33 from rising, because that's double the harmony. It's double the new beginning, because 1 is new beginnings, 2 is harmony and balance, and 3 is communication and things working, healthy dynamic, and friendships, relationships. So they don't want you to be in that harmony, right? And I also spoke so much, about water. I don't know if that's also, because this energy, for example, now, they feel like they hindered my reading. They hindered my reading to such a point that they want me to give up on the momentum. They wanted me to be like, well, this is the second or the 26th time that I pressed my button to record and it's still not working. I'm just gonna give up and do the reading the next week. And then next week they do something again like this, so I won't do it next week either. This is how they try to block me from putting out readings and sharing information and reading their energy to make everyone aware of who the real enemy is. Okay, because I also have a lot of things about the state that came through our government, global government. This woman, Irene or Irene, nog wat, I. Faraway. Yeah, it's really funny because you kind of have the same, we have the same name, but she adds way on it. Like, it's so fucking ugly. Who calls their child Faraway? It's so typical American. Like, you exploit something beautiful and then you put your own twist to it. Fucking farmers. Sorry, but that's the energy that I'm getting. It's like Americans and this, it's like this pig-like mentality. Like, you're a pig, like a nasty, dirty pig. You like to roll in the mud and just eat shit. And then just be satisfied and sleep. You know, like a real hater. You're a hater. Yeah, you're a fucking hater, bro. And what was I also explaining? What else? Yeah, these are genuine haters. They hate themselves genuinely. And I wanted to say that it made me realize that I never hated myself genuinely, just like you guys. You just disliked things about yourself. You're going to realize on Sunday, because these people are going to get karma. They don't want you to ascend because this is why they don't want you to ascend. I'm going to tell you. These were the cards that fell out for Saturday and Sunday. They don't want you to become aware of the truth of what's happening because if you become aware of what's really happening and what they're doing to you, you might feel discouraged on how to fix it, but it's far from the truth. You're actually going to feel enlightened and aware of how they work. I'll get to the genuinely hating part. Saturday, they are going to try and control you, right? But you're protected always. 8, infinity, life, birth, rebirths coming through. So they're trying to send you karma and karmic justice. That's false, under false pretenses. So they try to send you false karma, like a false karmic verdict. They try to use Saturn against you, your own Saturn placement as well. I'm getting so much right now. But they try to use your own energy against you, so you will kind of give up and then attack yourself and then be part of this mentality of becoming a hater yourself, thinking that you're not worth the level up, the dreams that you can manifest into reality, because you realize that once you control yourself and master yourself, you can literally manifest whatever you want. This is your world, right? And we already knew about these elite groups or these rings of priests and priestesses that just want to keep the money and the manifestations for themselves. So you're automatically a target in the world, right, for people like that. And they use other vessels as a radar to pinpoint who you are and your spirit to find you. And the reason for that is also because they genuinely hate themselves. They don't want me to share this. That's why they try to keep blocking my mind. This woman, Faraway or something. Let me find her, dumb ass. She wasn't dumb. interesting. Now I can't find her anywhere, her name on social media. So it's really confirming how they're trying to launch this chip. And it's actually haven't been in the makings already. And they try to use and compose the same chemical movement of the brain and neurons and impulses. They try to recreate that artificially so they can implement that software and that data into a chip, and then they can use the chip against us. And this chip, how can it be used against us? It can affect your brain with certain waves. It can start pain, it can inflict pain and invoke pain into your body through certain sensors, and it can read off of emotions off of your brain, out of your facial recognition. They're gonna try and make this chip so intelligent that it can affect the human lives, right? And it can also because this woman, she was speaking about applying that, for example, also in the judicial system when people are being how do I say that, persecuted, that in example, for an example, that they would torture you as punishment for breaking the law. Let me just keep it baby language. She was making kind of like comments and notes about it in her interview, in her kind of TED talk, or it was like an interview convention. It was like on a panel. She was doing a panel talk about it, and she was sharing those things, and those were clips from 2011. So it's been going on for a long time, and it probably has already been used and tested on the masses, right? Because this is how you try to contain and control a collective, by using biochemical weapons, okay, using nature against us. They also tried and are doing experiments, for example, by resonating Schumann's resonance, the Earth's vibration and frequency, and mimicking the Earth's language in frequencies, and then sending frequencies to the Earth herself to confuse her, to see how they can control the Earth's growth and not only production, but the movement, the change of the electromagnetic field. They try to affect it in all those ways, right? The human is becoming the most diseased being on this planet because they're going to attack the human itself. So just like the cancer virus, okay, Spirit wants to point this out, just like how cancer is going to, it's when a cell starts to affect itself, kill itself, or break itself down, the human is doing that right now with their consciousness. So it's also a weird but beautiful and ironically comparison about how the human in itself is cancer, actually, because continuing to believe in this mindset of I'm a developer, I'm a scientist, and I can find all the answers of the universe, and then doing it even when you're risking and harming others, but still being so obsessed with finding an answer. That's the same energy of these people. But then they're so obsessed with your energy, finding the answer to your energy, finding your gifts, right? Finding out what this intuition is, this divinity that's in you. And these people are the same people that genuinely hate themselves. Opposite from how we genuinely love ourselves, they genuinely hate themselves. Every time when we get around a crowd that's bad or negative to us, it doesn't affect us because we truly love ourselves deeply. Because we understand that we need love to survive in this world. And unfortunately, these people are the people who genuinely hate themselves. So it doesn't matter how much love is around them, how many people help them with positivity and help them embrace things, they will always hate themselves and want to change themselves. Unlike us, we sometimes want a different haircut, or we think, well, why, pardon me, are my pores so big, or why is my skin not that smooth? But these are people who want to change their whole nose, their body, okay? Because they want to change their skin if they could, because they hate what they look like, how they feel, what they're capable of, or what they lack. Yeah, what they're incapable of. And they try to kind of like swap this energy with us. They try to bring us to the same level. I don't care why they try to do that, but they're gonna get karma for it this week on Saturday for sure. And they try to, yeah, they try to level us with the ground. You see how she's now on the same level of the branches. Like, she's almost the same height as a tree, and they still trying to get her. But this is also our karma card, and what I saw was the 2 8 3 4 2 3 4. You will always level up. First of all, you will always reach a healthy mind and body state of ascension, right, and development. And you will always reach a healthy mind, body, soul, and union. Okay, the only thing is most of the time, every time you reach that union of your soul, or that enlightenment in your soul, or ascension, you will be met with something that's continuous. So this can also speak about an initiation. Everybody who just started to become spiritual will have to go to this initiation to see if they are made to win this battle, to represent the divine, right? Because you have to have the integrity to do so. You have to have the stamina, the willpower. You have to have the energy, the love, the wanting behind it, right? The trust as well. And yeah, they're gonna get so much karma. It's also 7. It was 17. Oh yeah, that was it. Thank you. Oh, thank you. You're so beautiful. My beautiful divine team. You always help me remind everything, and I love it. It's the Judgment card. No, sorry. Judgment is 20. 17 is star, but 18 feels star, but 18 is moon. It's the star. Yeah, so it's healing. So then I'm kind of happy that the other videos got cut off. No, but that's a funny thing. For example, like, it's luck with bad luck, you know. It speaks of this winds of change, but this energy, this is going to be very healing to us. Next weekend, upcoming weekend, it's going to be very healing to us. It's going to heal this control issue. It's going to heal what these people have been doing to us. And it's also a reminder that we shouldn't, and that was the thing with the challenges, it's going to heal us from not leaving this cycle, this continuous struggle that people put us in. Like, why? You know, these haters. That's that song. Like, it's so good. This song is so good. I love the way it feels to be a hater. It's so good. It's so catchy. And it's like this energy, it's so contagious. Being a hater is so contagious. To the occasion, or then hold up under pressure. But we all know that it doesn't even matter. If I waste away and no one thinks I'm clever. Just as long as I'm the ego and it tells me I'm superior. A lifetime being mediocre. Every time that I'm better. Oh yeah, and then the rest is, and when I'm 99 and wasted time and you lived out a happy life, I still will have the peace of mind to know if I wanted to try. I could have left you all behind. I could have crossed the finish line. But I would rather be dissatisfied with everything you do, and I would rather sit and criticize or watching from the sidelines. Because I know no matter what you do or what I don't do, my pride will always comfort me, telling me that I'm better than you. Isn't that sick? Isn't that sick, y'all? Like, there was also a part of me that, like, I couldn't... I've been jealous, I've been envious, yes. I've been a hater, yes. But never to this level. Like, I can't feel what it feels like to be this kind of hater. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, sometimes I really want to experience the feeling just to see how fucked up are these people actually? Honestly, like I wanna go, like, and it's normal because I'm a Scorpio. So I'm like, I wanna dive into the mind of a serial killer to understand why he's a serial killer, right? Like that's just my investigative nature. So I resonate with understanding that something is not clicking in their minds, but still it's so intriguing to me. Like, how can you be so full of yourself? Like, I really, like, no, I can't. Oh, and they're showing me something so nasty. Well, the challenge for us this week is that we need to stop believing that we're in that energy, in that cycle, right? And like we had in the beginning, you need to stop thinking or saying out loud that somebody is doing magic on you or somebody is hindering you. Let it go. Don't think about it anymore. Don't talk about it. Completely let it go. Because every time you talk about it, you go and descend lower. First you're flying, then you're reaching the marshes, the ground, and then you drop completely to the ground and you're a small girl again, being almost one with the roots. So this is how they bring you down to your knees, to hell. So you become defensive again and they drain you. The cycle of draining. The 2 and the 1, that's the 3 again. So it's a negative cycle of draining. It's a karmic cycle. Do you remember we had 11, 22, 33, and this number is an odd number, it's 21. So I'm just trying to tell you mathematically, this, like, there's a difference of course in the numbers, but 21 versus 22, right? There's constantly one missing. There's constantly something missing. It's going to 1. It's a countdown. This is a count up. We always go up in our steps. They always go down. They want you to go down with them, right? Because they see that you're in harmony, you're balanced, you have a safety net, you're protected again. And they probably see that after they're going to get their karma on Saturday. Yeah, and Spirit is also saying to me there's sometimes also a little bit of a protection when a reading doesn't go right or you can't upload it. Because it's like, these people will be ahead of what you know and then they will switch the plan. But the whole truth behind it is it doesn't matter what they do. If they switch the plan or not, or if they change the formula, whatever plans that the devil makes, right? Because these people are inherently supporting the devil. Even if they don't know it. They're impure. Their soul, their heart is dark. It's not lightweight. It's dark. It's bitter. It's cold. It's filled with hatred, with darkness. The bad kind. The chaos, right? So, no, chaos in itself is not bad, but now I'm stating the bad kind. And they see that you're leveling up, that you're moving away from this energy. And if they would be ahead, no, what I want to say is, it doesn't matter what they do, the Most High will always throw like a wrench in their plans because they protect you. That's why they 8 and always protected. 6, 7, 8. So it's 8, 8. You're always protected. You always have a safety net, and it's because you always listen to your ancestors and you always like have discernment. Again, this is the ego card, so they really want you to be stuck. And then I had something because I heard Leviticus 6.22 about these people. Leviticus 6.22 describes a special grain offering for the anointed high priest. So it's a masculine energy, it's a high priest. Okay? Stating that the priest succeeding Aaron must prepare it, and it is a perpetual ordinance for the Lord, to be burned completely and not eaten, symbolizing a permanent holy portion for God. And I'm going to tell you something that people will not like, but fire in itself, in a lot of religions, is seen as an element connected to the devil, okay? And then they say, you have these pagans that will say, yeah, but Lucifer is a bearer of light, that's the name. Yes, bitch, but in original and old school scripts and texts, it's deeper than that. And you have a different kind of fire. But y'all don't know that because y'all don't got the real sources. Y'all got TikTok and online books of writers who find things online. It's like people don't get source anymore from the inside. They take source from outside. And the sources outside are unreliable. And if you burn it completely, symbolizing a permanent holy portion for God, they don't understand or believe or know that their God that they're serving is a demon, is a demonic God. It is one of hatred, right? And this offering is something that they have to give to fulfill their demonic God's stomach. And in their eyes, they think it's the real God. But I want to go and find something. Oh, that's in a normal tarot deck. I want to show you something. But let me finish this first. And then I had Leviticus 18. And it spoke about, you shall not dishonor your father by having sexual relationships with your mother. She is your mother, you shall not have relationships with her. Emphasizing the prohibition against intercourse with one's own mother as a severe offense against familial honor and divine law. This person could have been molested as a child, or they could have experienced incest in their family. Ew. But Spirit is coming through with some facts, y'all. In some cultures, it has been seen as less bad, unfortunately. Like, you can marry your cousin, but it should be the third cousin, not your first or your second, like your direct cousin, right? So this could have been people that are kind of living in that kind of culture or mindset, that it's okay to be married to family or to have intercourse with them. But what came up with me when I read this is mostly it's a Freudian psychology that they follow or believe. And this is somebody who listens to Freudian texts and believes in his whole coked up philosophy and uses that as a kind of guideline book to identify people and personalities. And then I remembered that I made this post about a demon, an incest demon, a month ago on my community board. And it says, Autok, the Zoroastrian female demon of disruption and also linked to the sin of incest, being a symbol of social and moral corruption, has been unraveled as one of the evil spirits plaguing the collective. Someone could have summoned this spirit to plague you. So this is a demon entity from an ancient timeline and belief, right? And when I pulled tarot on it, Justice card fell on Helena, this card. But I didn't record it, of course, because this energy is trying to block me from confirming it to y'all. So I'm going to do it again with another card. So could you confirm it's Autok, please? Bitch, what the fuck? Is Autok this demon that's plaguing the collective with this incestual relationship and energy? Yes, you see, because first it was Two of Wands horizontally and now it's the Ace of Wands with the Ace of Swords on the bottom. So it was the truth of the energy. So they really don't want this truth to come out because people will know or become aware on how to protect themselves. You see, if they change their mindset. So this whole reading is strongly connected to also how you think, how these energies give you fake downloads or project thoughts on you or feelings that aren't true or aren't real, right? And they want you to believe that because if you believe it and integrate it all and own it, they use your body as a channel. They use your body as a vessel to spew their own hatred through you. And when you do that, you everything you create or touch is infused and integrated with their energy. And that's how you jinx yourself, how you block yourself off, how you corrupt your own plans. And when that happens, they can control you because they use your energy against you. Yeah, they are trying to give me a lot of anxiety the whole time that my video again cut off, but I know for sure that realistically this phone is indestructible that I'm filming with right now. Yeah, here, they want you to struggle with your intuition and they want to keep something hidden so you can't cross. You see how the dog and the wolf cross their legs before the mountain? They don't want you to overcome something, and they're using illusions, moon magic, and hidden energy for it. But one dog has it still up and the other has it still down. So it can also be one dog is enthusiastic and the other is like, no, wait, stop, don't do it. You could be eager. They try to protect your eagerness. This wolf is like looking up at the moon and like trying to howl, because wolves howl at the moon because it looks full, but it's not full. And this dog is warning the other to howl. In between two castles. This is also the high priestess, but it's also like, I feel like I want to say Babylon towers. So it's like two coins, two sides of a coin. Didn't I say that they need a reading or something? Yeah, so it's very wise for this week to not speak on the negative things that happen to you and just completely let it go. Even if it happens in the moment, for example, what I've been experiencing with all that stuff, I didn't let it affect my emotion. I continued with holding on to the momentum, right? That brought me to where I am. Even if it was struggling or if it was blocking me, I still kept going, right? So let me be an example to you, collective, to continue with what you're doing. Even if you got a lot of backlash or energy that tries to block you, also don't name out the energy. Don't name it. Don't pray against it. Don't, for an example, say, oh, I got a judgment on this, or well, you can call it judgment, but it's more like, you see they're trying to block me, why am I receiving karma? Things like that. Don't say stuff like, oh, somebody's doing witchcraft on me, or I feel that I'm being jinxed or hexed, you know, stuff like that. Don't engage with it at all. You need to cut it off, and just in that moment when something happens like that, feel and know that you're protected, and you will feel the energy leaving your body. Yeah, I think it's better. It's better that it's shut off and that the reading went like this, because it's more clear-headed, right? So they don't want you to rush as well. They want you to slowly understand what you're learning, what you're preaching, what you're going through, so you have a more clear head when you try to write something out or talk to yourself about it or others, or complete your craft or do your work. Yeah, I'm hearing spokesperson, so it's helping you prepare for what you're going to share with the people, right? It's a long reading. I started at, I think, like 12, and it's now 4. So it took me 4 hours. It's very symbolic. So they're really trying to also control how my ancestors play a role in my life. They try to affect your stability, right? They try to affect your ancestral connection, your lineage, by doing this. So this is a very serious reading, actually, about how these evil forces of hatred are trying to affect your livelihood, but also spiritual livelihood, your joy of life, your happiness, but also your ability to be sympathetic, empathetic, to be compassionate, to be kind, to be persistent, and have willpower. They're really trying to keep you from that routine, and it's a high priest that's doing that, okay? It's a masculine energy. It's somebody who doesn't really believe in the God and the universe that is the truth. That's the gods that we believe in. The Hour Maker, the Most High Divine, they don't believe in that. They don't believe in the angels. They don't believe in fairies and in good folk. They think that's nonsense, you know? Yeah, they're saying yes because I'm ruling with the iron fist. That's what I'm hearing. Asalia, Nithaya, Metatron on the bottom. So Metatron cannot really change anything about the time or the time frame. So yeah, exactly. Going through this, it all had a reason. The timing also had a reason. So there was a reason that it took so long. It was for you to accept something in your heart, accept something about yourself. Who you see how they're all pointing at him, laughing at him, but he is protected by these angels, and he knows that, and he's sitting on a carriage, a golden carriage, by the way, that can also be seen as a throne. It's also like a chariot card. And this is number 5, philosophy, wisdom, teachings. He knows in his heart that what his truth is something he needs to keep close and keep separate from the opinion of others or those who perceive him differently, because he understands that what he needs to teach is knowledge that others can't attain. And that's the difference between you, collective, and these people, the karmics, these demons, or whoever, low-lifers, losers, haters. Haters, haters, haters on the block until they meet my spiritual Glock. Maybe I should call this reading that. These people, they are trying to affect how you feel about the truth of your soul, right? Because if they do that, they have an effect on a lot of people around you, because you are kind of like I want to say like the keychain to helping a lot of people awaken and ground themselves. Like, there is always at least one person a day that you make happy. Like a minimum, of one. I want to say even like 3 to 5 people minimum a day that you give a good feeling about themselves, or you help them remind that there's hope and more life. And these energies, they don't believe in that anymore. They gave up a long time ago, lifetimes ago. And they want to kill energies like us. They want to kill souls like us, because misery loves company. They want us to drop down to hell with them. Last card, please, angels. Because I really want to wind down now. Yes, Alel. Yeah, they want you to be hurt as well. No, just let's stop. It's not about that. Metatron's coming out. Thank you. Wow. 319. That's 4. So 4 is a really significant number here. So for me, it's confirmation, because the person that's doing this to me is born on the 4th of February, 1989. And he has the numbers, they match. And he is a high priest, a masculine energy, who has been affecting me through all this stuff as well. So that was just an example for you, collective, on how to pinpoint who it is in your surroundings. It could also be 4 people. This person could be born also in April, or they work with you. They work with you on the 4th of December. That's what I'm also hearing. But 4 is also ancestors, protection, lineage, guidance. Asalia, you are protected from this evil. You are definitely dressed with the proper nightwear. I want to say you are shielded. And even though you might sometimes wear your head down low, your sword is always up. So you are loyal to the Most High, right? You see this dark halo. Well, it's gold, but in the shadow, it's dark, right? It can be very dark and clouded around your head. Sometimes you might believe that it's very difficult to see the truth and the light of life and the beauty of it. But it's helping you become stronger, because it's keeping you in this state of energy and mind where you believe that, yeah, I'm hearing that they're saying very loudly, well, clearly and loudly, God is my only ruler. So it's your loyalty to God is being tested, your faith to the Most High, right? And with Nithaya, it's like there's going to be a closing in your Akashic records because of this. Because again, this is also a mudra. So your chakras are also balancing right now. You're becoming more and more into alignment and into your spirit body. and you're singing more and more to the divine's tune. So you're reaching that higher frequency together with Metatron. That's why timing was important. Everything that has happened, everything had a meaning. Every timestamp, every moment of locking eyes or going through something, every minute that you've been through something, connect to this reading, it was all meant to be. It had its own timing. And the difficulty for you, and look, we have 31, 9, 31. It's your intuition with Uziel on the bottom. And yeah, Bamia, come now, guys. 319, 3111. So a new beginning. Ascended Masters are with you everywhere. Wow, it's really hopeful. This reading is really hopeful and confirmative to like those who are actively diving deeper in spirituality, learning about angels, reading about magic, about witchcraft, about what types of witches you have, what types of practitioners you have, what types of energy do exist, what types of elements are there, what do elements mean, what is alchemy, what are alchemical symbols. You know, when you do all that research in mysticism and esoteric knowledge, you realize that these entities and these beings, they are a part of life, they're a part of your life. And this reading is confirming that strongly. And the struggle with this, it was difficult for you to understand the timing of it all, the time frame, because you felt so surrounded by nothing but emotions, like you were stuck at sea, like you were lost, not knowing that you were actually never lost because your heart guides you to the proper people. And here we have 4 fish, right? So, wow. Wow. 4 fish. It's like feeding the fish. You're like feeding your spirit. Like, it was difficult for you to understand why it took so long, because you couldn't tap into your gifts, okay, properly, like clearly. Look, this fish is completely out of the water. This one is half. This is also kind of out of the water. This one is drowned partially. So it's like this one is actually half and this one is partially drowned. So it's like your gifts, they were not fully usable. You couldn't really tap into your gifts. And that's why you constantly thought that it wasn't the right timing. You had to rush, you have to be faster, quicker, different time, place, scheme, whatever it is. But no, it was perfectly all on time. And 9 is also intuition. It's also finding stability in unfinished business. So it was teaching you to prepare on how to deal when you feel like there is no control in your life. Like you don't have control over yourself or your environment. It was to teach you to stay stable in that kind of energy, right? So it's really good. So wow, thank you for this reading, guys. If you stayed until the end, I really appreciate you. And I wish you I wish you a lot of positive breakthroughs and healing epiphanies. I wish you interactions that will bring clarity, pardon me, and confirmation on who you are and what is true for you in this lifetime. May you also find the strength and the courage to step up for yourself, to stand up for yourself and step up when it's needed, especially vocally, but also actively. Keep pushing through, because there are energies that are really trying to block you or that they tried. Let me just ask that. Is the cycle completely finished and over now? That's what you, like, that's the conclusion, right? Yeah, confirmation. This is also the world. So yeah, that's why you don't feel heartbroken anymore or struggle with like this fake energy in your heart space. Like you're hurt over something. And if you still feel hurt, it's because it's going away now. Because it's like, you can feel like it's gradually slowing down or building down. Like it's taking away. Yeah, it's ending. Wow, this is a really good reading, actually. And I'm going to dive into those body snatchers later. I'm going to chop and paste everything together, so it's going to just look like a normal good reading. Like, I didn't change anything, so it won't be too distorted and confused for you all, because I know how that looks like. Yeah, exactly. They really try to Oh, maybe that's what things was that I forget. They really try to steal like your time, your energy, your essence. Yeah. Here, they try to steal your time. They try to rob you of your time. Try to rob me of my time. But you know, it's always funny because I'm kind of nice when it comes to these things. But when I will let you have your fun with trying to steal things from me. But then when it's my turn, please don't be mad because I'm gonna steal your whole life out of your body. Or I'm gonna steal your most loved one and precious one out of their body. Just to exaggerate. Well, actually, not really, but yeah. It's not for the weak. When you have a lot of control over yourself and life, you know how to rule and control other people's life without wanting to do so. So it's best to stay friends with people who are very powerful. Um, Spiritually powerful for sure, but also financially powerful. It's in every aspect of life. People with power, especially with good intentions, are supposed to be your friend. Not because you don't want to be attacked or hurt or because you're scared, but because you can learn something from the achievements that they, or the results that they've been through to attain that seat. Even if it was done in a bad way, it will teach you how to not work, right? So people are interpreting, I think, wisdom completely wrong, and they are not applying it in the proper way to actually develop themselves. They're just speculating. But there eventually has to be a conclusion. And there also has to be an approach to adapting and integrating that wisdom, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't call it integrating wisdom. So you would just call it philosophy. So yeah, because philosophy is more sort of debating, the speculating over it, the asking the questions, but the wisdom is like the answer behind it. So thank you all for watching this reading. I highly appreciate and kindly am thankful and grateful for your presence, for supporting this channel, for supporting our collective. May you receive back what you deserve, and especially that which you need. Bye everyone. Love you.